Hey everyone, Dana here. I'm so excited to tell you that this video is sponsored by Partzeit Adventskalender. I think it is so important to talk about the things that I am talking about here in this video, and it's really awesome that there are people in this world who are interested in sponsoring and supporting this kind of content. So a big thank you so much to Partzeit. I'm very glad that our paths have crossed. Okay, so I love Stefan and Stefan loves me. I think that's probably clear from watching our videos together. But while we do have a lot of things in common, like for example, we are both pretty similar when it comes to what time we like to go to bed and what time we wake up, and we both like to spend vacations doing the same kinds of things, and on the Venn diagram of topics that interest us as far as movies and TV shows and books and museums and other forms of entertainment goes, there's a lot of overlap between us, and our values and our moral compass is quite similar. When it comes to some parts of our personality, we can be quite a bit different. Perhaps you have noticed that in our videos together too. I love talking, for example. Stefan is more on the quieter side. I'm pretty easily excitable and I wear my emotions on my face. You can generally tell pretty quickly what I'm feeling just by looking at me. Stefan is calmer and his face is way harder to read. I'm rather less direct. Stefan is direct. I wanted to say Stefan is pretty direct, but that would be not a very direct way to say that he's direct. And that just goes to show that I'm not that direct. Combine that with the fact that we grew up in two different countries with different cultural norms, different societal norms. We love each other, and that came pretty easy between us, but navigating our relationship is something that we have had to actively work at. And I think it's really important to talk about this. I see comments under my videos with Stefan that are like, oh my God, you and Stefan are so cute together. You're so perfect together, couple goals, and so on. And to that I say, thank you. But I think it's really important to make clear that yes, Stefan and I are that couple you see on camera, but we also fight. We also have struggles, and we also get mad and hurt and angry at each other, and we cry. We are not some perfect, always smiling couple. Just like the Dana that you see here on camera is only one part of me. I mean, I am sometimes happy like this, like on camera, but I also experience all the other emotions up and down the spectrum. I am not like this all the time. Same with me and Stefan as a couple too. What you see of us on camera is a part of us, but we also fight. And we also have our couple's problems as well. In fact, at the end of 2019, Stefan and I found ourselves arguing quite a bit, more than usual. It had been a stressful year for us in some personal ways, and then I was also right in the middle of the Being a Woman series, which I was really grateful to make, and it was really important to me. But it was also a very emotional series that I put a lot of myself and my energy into, and then there wasn't always a lot left over for my relationship with Stefan. And then he had his own things too. So yeah, at the beginning of 2020, we decided to do something. We decided to prioritize strengthening our relationship. I've been talking with you more and more about feelings and emotions in my videos because Stefan and I have been talking more and more about feelings and emotions with each other. We educated ourselves on nonviolent communication as developed by Marshall Rosenberg, and we started doing the work. We printed out long lists of needs and feelings. And then when we felt a fight coming on, we tried to go and grab the feelings and needs lists off the desk. And instead of just letting the fight take control and run the show however it wanted to, we have tried our best to talk about things with each other from the perspective of what needs we felt weren't being met and what feelings we were feeling. And oh my God, what a difference it really makes when I say to Stefan something like, when you directly gave me a criticism of my video without first saying at least a little something that you liked about it. I felt a feeling of hurting because my need for acceptance and appreciation was not met. Instead of like, you never like any of my videos or something like that. It makes a huge difference. What a surprise, right? Now, we don't get this right every time. We're not perfect. We're still working on this. Sometimes our fights do still like get away from us and the fight takes over and we're just fighting and we're not talking about needs and feelings, but we're getting better at it. We're working on it. And I am really excited and really looking forward to rounding out this year of relationship building with Stefan, doing the Paarzeit Adventskalender with him. The Paarzeit Adventskalender is an advents calendar with 24 cards filled, as it says on their website. It's in German, but I did my best with an English translation, filled to the brim with good ideas for your love. With each opening, you go on a little journey of discovery that you will fondly remember. Stefan and I already tried out a few of the cards so that I would have a more personal experience to share here with you. So we got out a candle and we curled up on the couch together. And we started with card number 5. This is an advents calendar, so normally you'd start with 1, but it wasn't December anyway. So we started with card number 5, which focused on connectedness. So Verbundenheit auf Deutsch. And doing this card, we learned something totally new and really important about us as a couple. We learned that doing activities where we experience a shared reality is super important for us to feel connected to each other. Doing activities where we both feel for example, a similar amount of enjoyment to that thing. Watching a comedy show that makes us both laugh about the same amount. Or also watching a sad movie that makes us cry about the same amount. Or going to natural history museums, which we both equally enjoy. We even realized that sometimes doing things that we equally don't enjoy can connect us too. So like one time we went to a museum that we both found equally totally boring, and we were able to connect as a couple in our equally shared boredom. The next day we did card number 6, and I learned so many new things about Stefan as a kid. We've been together for 11 years and somehow these stories never came up. I also shared some important things about my experiences as a child too, and it was just really special, and I'm really grateful to have had those moments with Stefan, and I'm really looking forward to exploring the rest of the calendar with him in December. So we did number 5 and number 6, and now we're gonna wait until December to do the rest. I'm also delighted to tell you that the team over at Paarzeit has worked hard to make this calendar nachhaltig, so sustainable, in a lot of different ways. From the paper that is used, to the material that the thread is made out of, to the tape that is used on the box. They also have a cooperation with Plant for the Planet. I will link to the Paarzeit website, of course, down in the description box below, where you can get more information about the calendar in general, the different ways that they work to be sustainable. They really share a lot of detailed information about what they're doing for that on their website, which I really appreciate. I think that's really great. And of course, to order one, links down in the description box below. The cards are in German, and this is a new edition. So new cards, not the same cards as last year. The more that I practice feelings and needs statements, the easier it seems to get. So I thought that I would end this video by sharing a few more feelings and needs with you, especially in regards to me living here in Germany. I told you in this video here that I really miss my parents, and using the feelings and needs, I could have said that I feel scared because my need for knowing when I will see my parents again is not met. But I'm also so grateful to have video chats with my parents, and when we chat, I often feel warm and joyful because my need for love and connection and friendship are met. In this video here, I talked about my struggles with the gray winter in Germany. I've been living in Europe for around 11 years now, but still, with that gray winter, I often feel, or not often, but I sometimes feel tired and I guess disorientated. you could say, because my need for sunlight is not met. But I have noticed when I go for a walk in the park and I see those beautiful, colorful fall leaves, I often feel enlivened and joyful and kind of enchanted even, because my need for movement and space and beauty and discovery is met with that. We've talked a lot on my channel about small talk, and you know that I've struggled with that, yeah? Like, it's been a challenge for me to get used to people, for example, at parties here in Germany, even people who I just met, completely skipping over small talk and going right into really personal topics. And I could describe it in terms of feelings and needs like this. I've gotten a lot more used to it now. But at the beginning, I often felt nervous and uneasy when that happened because my need for building up trust with the person at the beginning of the conversation through small talk was not met. And at the beginning when I lived here in Germany, but I couldn't speak very much German, I sometimes felt lonely because my need for understanding and being understood and independence and self-expression was not met. But then as my German improved and I was able to have conversations in German and I could actually understand what was going on around me, I started to feel thrilled and delighted when that happened because my need for those things, for self-expression and understanding and being understood, were being met. So my question for you is, grab a list of feelings and needs if that helps you. I've found that it's super helpful for me. And let me know, how have you been feeling this year in general, or with particular life events in the past or the present? How have you been feeling? What needs of yours have and have not been met? Please let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and a really big thank you to Partsite for sponsoring this video and for making this awesome advents calendar. I cannot wait to do more of the cards together with Stefan in December, as I said. When living in the US, I never had an advents calendar. And I had never heard of them. I didn't know they existed, but I really, really love this kind of one. Doing this calendar with Stefan, I feel warm and open-hearted and touched because my need for love and connection and partnership is being met. Links and more information to the Partsite website where you can order one today down in the description box below. Also in the description box, a link to their Instagram so that you can get to know the Partsite team a little bit more. Until next time, auf Wiedersehen.